Hello, guys. Today I want to talk about Korea having a very low birth rate. So I'm going to talk about why it's happening and how to fix it. So, first of all, I don't really like statistics. So, if you look at statistics, they usually say, oh, the birth rate is low because of, it's hard to live, blah, blah, blah. But usually statistics yields. So I think statistics, if you look at statistics, it usually is like there's a result and there's another result, and they find the correlation between the results, but they don't find the inner cause of those results, which actually is the reason for these results. So a lot of mistakes these stats make is they relate these results which have the same reason, but they don't find the reason. They just find a correlation between these two, and they kind of link it. Okay. That was a bit excessive. So let's start. So I think South Korea. I don't think it's only South Korea. It's happening in a lot of European countries and capitalistic countries. I have an essay on this. It's in Korean, so I'm going to read it out in Korean first, and then I'm going to try and translate it into English. So it says, 저출산이라는 현상이 발생한 자본주의의 근간이 개인의 이익을 최대화하는 것일 때 저출산이라는 현상이 발생하는 것이고, 이것을 해결하는 것은 자본주의라는 시스템을 버리거나 아니면 출산에 부응하는 굉장한 큰 자본적 인센티브를 주는 것입니다. So I'll try to translate. That was a bit hard for me. So I used ChatGPT to help me out. So here's it. When the foundation of capitalism is maximizing individual profit, the phenomenon of low birth rate arises. Okay? And to address this issue, we could either abandon capitalism, okay? Or we could give substantial financial support tailored to encourage childbirth. Does that make sense to you guys? So let me explain. So low birth rate is a result of capitalism. So what does capitalism say? Capitalism say the winner is the person who has yielded the most goods to the society and to himself. Okay? But if that's the main idea of capitalism, having a baby is not that really good in the eyes of a capitalistic person. Okay? You can see this because when you ask a person, why did you have a baby? They don't say because it's going to make me more money. Right? So capitalism does not encourage you to produce babies. But think about South Korea. South Korea is an extremely capitalistic society, right? So a lot of people function in this capitalistic mind. So having a baby in their mind is not worth the money. Okay? So you could either fix this with two things. Number one is ditch capitalism, right? When you ask, a highly religious person, why do you have like 6 or 7 babies? They don't say because it's for money. They say it's for Christ, or it's for, it's in the Bible, it's in the Quran, or we need to do so, we need to reproduce. So they have a completely different worldview when they have a baby. Okay? So you could either do that, which is very unlikely in South Korea, I believe, or you could give an immense incentive for having a baby. Okay? Because that's going to cancel out the bad part. Excuse my English. That's going to cancel out the price for having a baby. Right? So a lot of people are in the middle. So in South Korea, people tend to be more capitalistic. So there's no, if you're 100% capitalistic functioning, it's going to be good or bad for me. So you're sort of like a sociopath, right? So I think a lot of people are in the middle, like in the capitalistic view and in the traditional religious view, or like traditional family intended view. So if you lean more into this part, having a lot of babies is good. But if you more lean into this part, having more babies is bad. So a lot of people are in the middle, but South Korea is kind of tilted this way. Okay, so that's the problem. So we could either tilt it this way or give a huge incentive for having a baby. So my idea is we could, I think this Poland is doing it already. I believe we could. What about this? Like having no income tax if you have more than 3 babies. I believe that's what Poland is doing right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's what I believe. So I believe this whole 저출산 is low birth rate. Low birth rate thing is not only going to happen in South Korea, because as capitalism progresses, having a baby. So as capitalism progresses, who survives? The person who has the most capitalistic mind, right? And the person who has the most capitalistic mind is very likely to not have a baby because it's not gonna yield you more money, okay? And I think it's not a only Korean thing. Korea and Japan are facing it kind of early, but I see stats where a lot of EU countries are also facing it. So I believe if you have a capitalistic system and the main belief under your whole country is to maximize one's goods, you'll probably gonna get this whole low birth rate thing near the future. Is that good or bad? Well, we don't know. We chose the system and grew a big capital city, but if it ends because of low birth rate, was it really worth it? So, something to think about. And yeah, that's all I want to share. I had a bit of a chitty chat in the front. Should I record another one with this? Yeah, that's something that I really don't like, because when I had like 0 views, I would talk about whatever I wanted, you know, and because no one will watch, and I would just upload. But now it's like, did I present this part correctly? You know, was this more coherent? Could I have done this part a bit more concisely? Yeah, that always crosses my mind. But I think I'll just upload this one. And yeah, that's what I believe. As usual, you might agree, you might disagree, and it's all alright. So, it's actually we, not us, because I was looking down the comments, and when I tried to reply, there were some replies that were already, like, there were some comments that already had replies, and you guys were talking over there. So I don't think it's it's more of a we. We could talk about this in the comments or in the Discord, or you could just DM me, blah 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 blah. It's all good. And yeah, that's what I think is actually happening under South Korea's low birth rate epidemic. So, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.